All right, check, check. Looks like the microphone's good. I don't know if I like this view. It might be better. And we'll make my face just a little bigger. Just a little bigger. There you go. All right, what's up, what's up? So we've been tinkering around with this for a couple days. Just kind of doing flats on it and whatnot and trying to work out lighting setups and such. I think I got it to a place where I can actually render it. I actually got some time to do it now. So let's see where we go. What's up, Sam? How you doing, man? What's with the StreamYard logo? Well, I actually, since I haven't been streaming as much, I downgraded from the paid version because I was literally just throwing money away. You know what I mean? I never have more than 1 or 2 people on panel with me, so why pay for the full version? I'm just literally throwing money out the window. So, all right, let's see what we get here. So we did a little bit of rendering in the background here, some texturing, some of that. Started out a little bit of lighting. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more lighting. So let's get an anti-aliased lasso. Yeah, here I'm starting to think the same. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the branding is cool and all, but unless you're really utilizing it, then it's literally just a waste. All right, I'm gonna add some more light here. I'm gonna go a little bit further with this. There we go. Let's push this rim just a tiny bit. I swear I'll get that right one day. We'll add a little tiny bit there. And a little more here. We're at 110% now. Nice. Yeah. I came in at the tail end of that stream. There was some madness going on there. Everybody talking about helping Sim raise enough money to take care of his 64,000 kids or whatever. So I had to throw mine in there. I was like, help Sim buy more dark matter to fund his school bus trailer. Another Futurama reference. I posted a screenshot of it in Discord. Alright, so we got some of that. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little tiny bit down here. A little tiny bit down this way. Renee's gonna voice Alani. Oh yeah, you said that. That's so rad. Yeah, I gotta do that voiceover stuff for you too. Under here. Add a little piece there, and we'll put a little tiny bit right there between the rendering. Boom. That should be enough. And then one little tiny piece here. And that's already in shadow. That's already kind of in shadow. Kind of getting a little bold with it. Kind of insinuating that stuff is visible when it kind of really isn't, but hey, sometimes it's more about making it look cool than making it look accurate, right? All that's left is Zed and Rose. Okay. Now we could put some lighting on these tatters here, but I don't know. I don't think I should. I think I should leave those alone. Do want to push this a little tiny bit too. And then we'll add a little strip here. That might be too much. We'll see. Oh, it's okay. Actually, this probably needs more than. Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's see. Do I want to add any lighting onto the intestines? Probably not. Probably not. But I could add a little piece here. That. Oh, I do have some there, but we're going to put some down the side. At first I was indicating the light being directly overhead. Then I started to think, ooh, turn on the quick mask, but it's not shutting off. With Q? There it goes. Okay. What? Hello? All right. Yeah, so I was indicating the light being directly overhead before, but I'm kind of thinking it's coming at an angle, like this way. Yeah. All right. Get some of that? We do. Okay. Let's see. Which brush do I want for this? Which brush do I want for this? I have to search here for a specific texture brush. Nope, not that one. There really should be a search feature in your brush setup. Here it is. Okay. So that's that. That's that. Okay, so we need a layer or two here. All right, let's eyedropper that. What do we have? Normal. We're gonna go with multiply 40%. Should be good enough. We're literally just adding texture behind this light. Just a little bit of texture. Okay, let's merge these all up, and we're going to add some texture. Those are different colors. So that's okay. We'll just do this. Boom. Somehow that was a lighter or a more neutral gray than above there. All right. I'm gonna separate that on its own layer. What else we got? Make sure that's the only place. Yep. Okay, and we are multiplied. part of the frame as well? No, the frame is different color. Okay, good. All right. Let's turn the lighting back on. Boom. Cool. Okay. Let's see here. Merge these guys together. Let's do this. Yo, what's up? What's up, Mr. Diaz? Yeah, this is a badass piece, dude. It is so cool. Like, the black and white is just fucking so sick, dude. When I saw it, I was like, Woody, I gotta color this. I gotta color this. He's like, I'll send you a high res. So this is the are you doing official colors for this? Official, what does official really mean? You know what I mean? What does official really mean? I don't even know what official means. What does it mean? I'll just say I'm coloring it. And if Woody likes it, he likes it. I think he likes what I've done so far, though. I'm mainly doing it for content. You know, as we do. We do it for content. We got to get you on some pieces for the CG Vacation book we're doing. Sure, man. Love it. Okay. Let's see. Most of our light is from down below and coming from the top. So it's weird. You keep saying you're not a colorist. I ain't a colorist, man. People just pigeonhole me as a colorist. Listen, I'm an artist who can color. It's different. Can do many things. And today, I finished up this panel sequence. So this is the main character right here. Got his armor done and, you know. So yeah. That's from my book, Phil. What's up, 24 Eyes, hootie hoot? But you can color on paper. But can you color on paper? Oh. You motherfucker. Yeah, I can. I can color with markers. Markers are just too expensive, man. Fuck that. All right. Gonna lasso this shit out. Okay. This is going to be the front edge here. So we're just literally gonna, first of all, all right. Now we're going to multiply and we're going to do about 30%. Doesn't appear to be doing shit. Oh. That would be why. Because it was below. It was below. Alright, so we need to go 20%. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get a different brush. We're going to get this brush, and we are going to go linear dodge. We're going to just take a small brush and we're going to go like this. Needs to be bigger. Hello? Hello? We're just hitting the rim here. Even though it's kind of the front face, we could still get away with just it saying it's the front edge, the top. See how this looks. Okay, now what we need to do is take it down to like 30%. And we need to go here. Look at how that looks. Seems about right. Seems like it'll work. Now let's go back to multiplier. We're just gonna I think I want a soft brush actually for this. Do I want to put a texture on that? It is Adobe. All right, let's do the lighting first, then we'll see about a texture afterward. It looks like it does. It looks like a roofing tile. I feel like a roofing tile to me. All right, so now we need a texture. Let's see. Probably this one. And we're going to go. Let's go with screen. And we'll go like to 20%. See what happens. Not enough texture. We need to lean towards the highlighted side. Okay, it's just subtle. Just a subtle texture. Barely reads, actually. Okay. So now... this group right here cracks me up. When I was looking at these guys, I was laughing my balls off because this person's on their smartphone. You're over here on their smartphone. They're like, what the fuck? I don't know. I think this fat guy, I think he threw his hot dog up in the air, and some chick wearing next to nothing. That shit cracked me up. All right. So we're gonna go merge these guys together. Let's toggle this off and on real quick. Ooh, there's a lot in there. Lots in there. Keep up the great work. I'm off to get some work done and watch something later. Thanks, Sim. If you want to come on and hang out, you can do that. I can put the link in the chat. It's up to you. But if you want to watch something, I understand. Understand. Don't forget to smash that like button. Yeah, man. Agreed. Thank you. Yo, what's up, Tommy? How you doing, bud? Greetings. Right back at you, brother. Right back at you. All right, so we got that. Boom. Let's get ourselves sample this color. And let's see, is that up there? Okay. So we got that. Next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this front edge here. Boom. And we are going to separate it on its own layer. On its own layer. Actually ahead of the game for a change. Hell yeah, man. Boom. Cool. Okay, now we need to figure out. It's all about understanding what planes are what. So I'm trying to think, like, what is that? Is this a front edge? Let's see, let's throw a screen down real quick. Just adding some texture. I don't think that's an underside. This right here, this thin little beam. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna say it is. I'm gonna give it a tonal difference just so that it separates apart. Let's go to multiply and run a strip of texture across it. Sure. That would mean let's go ahead and do this one more time. Okay. We'll go screen right here. Too much. Let's go down to 40%. Add a little messiness to it so it's not quite so perfect. Beat it up just a tiny bit. Kick Scotsman. Holy shit. Bro. Getting the business on my own goddamn stream. What is up with that? What's up, Skip? I don't mind getting the business from time to time. There we go. Okay. Let's see, we're gonna screen this part. Should we screen that? Yeah, we're gonna screen it. Yeah. So let's what's this weeb nonsense? Are you coloring Xenotype too? Probably. Okay. I think this front edge needs to be screened. And that left side is going to be... Okay, let's select those middle parts here. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. Is the music too loud, guys? Because I didn't even check the audio levels. Because it doesn't sound loud in my ears at all. Alright, we're going to go multiply. Give a little angle. There, go straight across. Okay, just to push that back just a little bit. So there's some separation between the planes. And now let's fold these back into each other. Now let's grab these pieces. Just to add some separation. Ooh, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's not transparency locked. you can eat a bag of dicks there. Got some more stuff over here to do as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and reselect that and subtract out this Skip's just one of those passionate dudes that just is like, fucking pay attention to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go, Skip's my boy. All right, tone there. Then we're gonna go screen. I think that works. Let's go ahead and lighten this up in the back there where the windows got light on it. Seems to make the most sense. And what is gonna, I'm gonna strip this with tone. I'm not even gonna select it because it's so hot already. Cool. I gotta stop and study every now and then. Okay, these guys. And save. Okay, so wonder if I can get away with just an overlay layer on these guys. I'm still waiting to hear back from my daughter on the damn artwork. Oh, really? Let's see. Should I make an overlay layer? Let's do this. I know we got this right here. That's supplying all that light. Let me see. Window glow. Left key. Right key. Because we got down here at the bottom is this left key light. Since the sword is cutting across and this guy's dying, I'm signifying the violence and death down here where his hand is kind of pointing towards all this red glow. And then this side, I'm highlighting it by adding a bright, cool other key light. Windows are yellow. We're getting some hot white light from the moon or from a celestial source, which has given us these rim lights. So it's complex lighting setup. Kind of working my way through it. But yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking if I duplicate this window light, fill the mask back with black. It's set to hard light already. Let's see. What if I go in here, dodge? Let's see. Linear dodge might be the way to go. We get that one certain brush that I love so much. This guy. And let's see about no, Tommy, just making kayfabe for Scotsman. That's right, motherfucker. You don't you come up here in my stream tell him to kick me. That ain't right. That ain't right. We're gonna have words. Let's see, what are we set to? We're set to linear dodge. That's not bright enough. It's not bright enough. It's already 100% too. Maybe just color mode. Ooh, that's just too dull. Yeah, fuck that. It's not right at all. Hard light's usually my go-to for this kind of thing. Let's see. I think I'm going to do it above the ink too. Let's see. %, is too much, so we're going to go 60. That does what it do. I think that's going to work out just fine. It's inside flap. See her fingers. Interesting thing is because it's on both sides of the body, you're gonna have light from on both sides of it. There's no real terminating line. see, can we imagine a little bit of light peeking over the shoulder there on the bottom side of the hand? Yes, we can. It's all about imagining. Get a little bit of that going on. It's too far out. Fuck. Okay. Let's light up this girl's crotch. Giggity. Dude. We still need to put some lighting down here as well. We'll leave that underside just alone a little bit. Okay. Just painting the edges of the lines real quick. Trying to reasonably think of what the light would be touching. And this is so subtle because these are all background elements. Okay, now we can go back and render those guys. This guy needs some of that as well. Oof, that was a messed up line. Part of the car. It works for me, man. It's worked for me. Okay. Is that embossed or debossed? I think this edge probably gets it. Cool. Let's render some of that booty. All right. Turn the lighting on. That's the only that color on there. Yep, it is. Okay, so now we need a soft round for this. Let's see. Where do we want our light coming from? Looks like, so the ambient occlusion under here, so some light coming from that side. There's no real line thickness to go from, so it looks like we can pretty much do what we want. So all light can pretty much be coming from the upper left. All right. Let's see. What does a multiply do to this? Is it 70%? Okay, what about 100? That's pretty dark ambient occlusion. So let's go ahead and add some darkness and a little bit of chroma. Now let's think about this. Okay, so here, I'm gonna go like that. And we're gonna sweep this in. We're gonna go like right like that, because that is a boob. That is way too hot. We're gonna take it down to like 30%. Okay, let's add to this selection. We're gonna go shallower for this one. Yo, what up, man? Woody in the house. Piece turned out so good, dude. Appreciate that. I'm glad you like it, man. Thank you for sending me the high res. Okay. So we're gonna do the same thing we did here, only much shallower. Did you wanna come on, Woody? I'm gonna send you the link. It's up to you. Cool.
What's up?
Yo, man. What is going on?
Not much. I've just had a long day. I got up at 5 in the morning today, worked, and then got home and had my D&D stream with Red Valkyrie guys and
Oh,
gals.
okay.
Ugh. That's pretty dope. Ugh.
Nice.
I'm like at the tail end of my fucking energy barrel. I'm waiting for my friend to get home, my roommate, so we can try and kill Radon and fucking Elden Ring before I pass out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's my raid night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
I had that last night.
Nice. Do you have, is it one a week now, or do you still have your 2 raid nights?
We do Tuesday and Thursday for 2 hours, and then Sunday we either continue progression or do Mythic Dungeons just for gearing purposes. Because it's, gear literally just falls in your lap from that kind of content, so
Nice.
helps us with our raid progression.
Man, I wish I had the time to play WoW. Well, it's not even really the time, it's just I wish I was good at it. It's more that it takes me forever to do anything in that game.
See, that's the thing. You run with a good guild, you learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Having good guildmates to learn from is very important. Plus, you get exposed to harder and harder content, which it kind of not pushes you, but like
Sharpens it.
Yeah. Are those bisexual colors? Well, this is a cyberpunky kind of a feel, so not exactly. It's not a panty raid. What are you talking about?
Yes,
I don't know what you mean.
That's my favorite part of this piece. The booty.
Oh, this right here?
Yeah, that part.
Yeah,
the whole thing's
awesome.
amazing, but that's the best part.
Yeah, Dan fucking destroyed it. I saw this piece and I was like, fuck. He just killed it.
That was insane when it came back. Every time I get a piece back, man, it's like I gotta wake up from a dream the next day. It's amazing. I never thought that I would have any kind of property that would be my own that would look this good. I thought anything that I did would be my chicken scratch, on pages and stuff. So this has just been insane.
Yeah, it turns out you have access to a whole lot of interesting people who kind of do stuff.
Yeah, they're really good at what they do too. I mean, just look at that shit. That's so good.
Yeah, he crushed it. I'm just trying not to mess it up. That's my goal, is just to fucking make it look good and make him happy, make you happy. Get a little more buzz for the project. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. That you managed to pull the colors out of my head though. I remember when you first showed it to me, I went off on like what the girl looks like and shit, and that's what this is the coloring I wanted for it too in my head when I had the piece. I was like, ooh, I'd kind of already known what I wanted, but you like nailed almost literally everything. Looks pretty exactly how I saw it in my head, and like the light you got, kind of like just the glow on everything. It looks so good.
Well, see, here's my thinking behind it, right? So storytelling wise, okay, I popped in my space background that I made, that I use for a lot of the different space scenes that I do. So I popped that up there because I like the blues and greens and stuff in it. But then I was thinking, well, you'd said it's a cyberpunky kind of a thing. So I'm thinking there's a lot of illuminated signs. We've got Japanese lanterns here. So I'm going to give each one of them their own little color. But the predominant key lights, so a guy's getting halved. He's getting cut in half, right? So obviously there's going to be a lot of blood splatter, which, yes, needs to be. But there's death happening right here. And the instrument of death is coming across the middle of the screen, swooping towards the camera. So I put a red light in the bottom left corner where his arm is like an arrow pointing to that light, right? So I've got this red color, which is like not blood, but pain, death, like intensity, right? But I want it to be highlighted. I want the ambient light in the scene to kind of illustrate the pieces left behind. So I put a cool light on the left, on the other side. That way it would kind of blow out the background, shift focus to the foreground, and I literally lassoed and changed the line color for everything in the scene. Oh, thank you, son. Dude, my son just brings me a Mountain Dew out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
The best thing.
I didn't ask for anything. So if I turn off, well, first of all, let's look at this black and white piece. That is pure sex right there. Like,
yeah.
As an inker, I look at that and I go, yes. So we turn off the lighting, and then we turn off the lanterns, and then we turn off the blood spatter. Not the lens, the blood spatter. And then your swooshes and swoops. Now, if we look at, I've literally went in and lassoed and changed the line color in succession from how far it is from the camera. So like the lines back here are a light gray. The lines closer to that are a slightly darker gray. So this is like 50% gray. This is like 75 or 80% gray. And then the foreground foreground lighting is black. So what that does is it separates, hard focus separates the back from the foreground. So like if you look at the difference between his ankle and this dude, you know, it screens back everything, and it zooms focus to the fore.
Not only that, it actually looks like there's atmosphere there in between them, and also like it looks like like an actual camera focus. Like it looks in focus as opposed to, you know, it's so sharp.
A little bit of depth of field.
Yeah.
And it's artificial depth of field. It isn't real depth of field. There's no blur applied here. This is literally just changing the line depth. So to your point, adding more oxygen from the camera lens to the object in the background. What's up, Keely Chow? Keely Chow in the chat. Woodrow doesn't even skateboard.
Oh
man.
It hurts.
I skated for like 25 years, man. I got the scraped up shin bones and extra sprained ankles to prove it. But so anyway, so that was the thinking behind the lighting setup and adding in the what do you call it? The lanterns and all that other stuff. So I wanted to split focus and push certain details so that you looked at them first, kind of guiding your eye towards the most impressive thing, which is the perspective on this blade, this weapon of death that's literally just cut a man in two.
Yeah, I mean, and all the technical skill that goes into all this is so amazing. Because I've been through art school a couple times, but I've never been through at a level like this where I learned all these different techniques. So it's so cool to watch you guys work. I love all these art streams.
Yeah, I'm always down to teach people my techniques. I'm not somebody who's trying to hold them from anybody. I'm not clamoring for work, so I'm not like scared if I'm gonna lose a gig or anything. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather everyone learn shit. It just makes everything better.
True. Yeah, it raises the bar.
But like if we look at, here's a technique that a lot of people should learn is if we look at just the original black lines have white in between the black, right? So they're opaque. So there's if you were to color on this, you would be coloring on both the white and the black. But if you wanted to eliminate that, if you just had the black lines on it, you go into the channels, control click or command click the top composite, and it makes a selection of every pixel on the page in its opacity. So So if there are gray pixels, they're literally still filled with that information of the percentage of fill that they have. Then create a new layer, select inverse. So now you're because right now you selected all the white. Select inverse, so now you have all the black.
Black, yeah, okay.
And then you fill, and now you just have the black lines. And no white in between them, right? So what that allows you to do is then now you can go up here, select that new line or the new layer you created, and lock the transparency. Once you lock the transparency, you then can do a color hold effortlessly by painting right over the lines, and it will not paint outside of the line.
Oh man.
So whenever you want to colorize something to give it extra emphasis, to make energy, like to make these lines, this swoop lines, make them pure energy, you know, obviously you have to be tighter than that. I'm just doing it rough, but like the way I did it was I literally selected these lines. I made a transparent version of the black lines, cut those lines out of there, and then filled them with white. So that way I could emphasize and hold color on just those lines. That's another technique that's super valuable.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is. That's amazing.
So now we go back to business. My favorite part is the chrome. I cannot wait. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, I remember you always saying
chrome.
you love the metal and the shine and all that stuff. You're
Yeah.
good at it too.
Chrome is a technique that I've been working on for quite a long time, and I have gonna search it up here. A piece I did not too long ago. Where's it at here? Nope, that's not it. Damn, where did it go? Maybe it is. Oh man, I don't know where I put it. Hold on. Is it here? It was a piece that I saw on Twitter, and I said, you know what? I need to fucking color that. Where is it? Holy shit.
What was it for?
It was. No, that's not it. Shit. It was D-Canon? D-Canon? Let's see, maybe I can search by that. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So let me open up the live file here. So this guy had put a Cyberfrog on Twitter. This right here. And he said, anybody out there want to color this? You know, he was having troubles with it. And right away I said I'll color it, and I had an idea immediately in my head. So I was thinking backlit, light coming through, he's leaping over some fire, the Vespers are burning shit down, and like, you know, he's leaping into action here. So my thought was this. Oh, hello, that's a reference. Hold on. turn off my reference image and turn off the palette. So I went with hot foreground, like fiery, smoky flames, lighting behind the trees. And then, you know, I love rendering chrome. So it gave me the opportunity to push in these reds and yellows into the chrome and have it reflect. So you know, saw it on Twitter and I was like, I gotta color this.
Is Cyberfrog like one of your favorite characters to sort of color then, since like in the CG scene or like the indie scene, since he's got all that chrome on him?
I mean, he's definitely an interesting character to color because of that, you know. Like I like coloring. There's a lot of I like coloring your character a lot, actually.
Nice, cool.
You know, so it's got all the themes that I love, right? It's got Japanese background. It's, you know, he's a demon. He's got chrome on him. He wields a fucking katana. You know what I mean? Like that's exactly my wheelhouse. So
nice. Yeah, that's mine too.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, I'm working on my own manga as well. I've shared a few things. And like, I don't know if you saw my recent finished page. Well, it's not even finished. It's literally, it's still flat colors. I haven't finished I haven't cell shaded it yet. It's only, fuck, come on, computer. All you gotta run is Photoshop. Why are you being so slow?
I'm excited for this though. I love the concept of it. It reminded me of, it gives me a Star Wars feel, but more Japanese influence.
See, that's the thing. It is a culmination of literally all of the things that I experienced as a young boy, all the way up into my late teens. It's drawn in a Macross and Robotech style. Like that's one of my favorite art styles. Like you'll recognize it right away, because I referenced, like, I watch Robotech all the time. I've watched it numerous times. I reference it heavily. So I want these characters to feel like echoes of those characters. But like the idea of a light-wielding space samurai race of people that are being pursued by these draconic demons that want to enslave them and sap their body's energy. They don't want to kill them. They want to farm them. So they can never let them come to their home world. So if ever they get ambushed in space, they can't fucking come home because they don't want to drag the enemy to their home world. It's kind of like Gargamel and the Smurfs, right? The Smurfs would always lead Gargamel on a wild goose chase away from the Smurf village because Gargamel wanted to go there and consume them and become a more powerful wizard because they were, you know, Papa Smurf was so good at magic. That's one of the influences of my story. Literally the Smurfs. There's some Thundercats in there as well, because this guy, his name is Shama. 1,000 years later, see, this is a prequel. This is how he got to Earth. Did I explain the story summary to you before?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I saw the map, I think, where you had, like, I think it was yours, where it showed like how far away it was from Earth in light years or something like that, right? Like a galaxy shot. Yeah.
That's page 1. So this is a prequel. That isn't even the lettered page. Hold up. Okay, so yeah, this is a prequel to the main book. So this is called Hero the Chronicles of Shama. Shama is Hero's great grandfather. So this happens 1,000 years ago on Lumithia, a planet that's 3 light years away from Earth. So, and Lumithia has twin suns, binary stars, a blue star and an orange star that light it. And there's a little bit of there's a reason why the Lumithians kind of advanced quickly and became able to harness their energy. It has something to do with these stars and their proximity. So the idea, though, is a race of semi-advanced humanoids that have basically advanced to the point where the energy that their body produces can be focused and utilized. And they discovered the ability to transmute carbon steel into an elemental material called lumethium. And they make all of their weaponry out of lumethium. Lumethium, whenever when a Lumethian warrior binds his soul or her soul to their blade, it's now part of them. So the idea behind Bushido, a samurai thinking that their soul resides in their blade, came from this guy when he crashed on Earth. He started.
Shit. Nice.
He like started that. Yeah. So the thing is, Lumethians can do it. Human beings cannot. So it became a religion to the humans that he taught. And his name is, he's from the clan Urai. And all the students in his academy on Earth that learn from him take on his name and become samurai. So a new origin to the word samurai being them taking on his name as their title, right? And it just got adopted into the Japanese lexicon as warrior servant. So I'm giving a new origin to the samurai, a new origin to the katana, a new origin to the belief system that your soul resides in your blade.
So dope. It's so sick. And also, I play with that theme a lot in mine, like the whole soul binding to weaponry and stuff.
Yeah.
There's some of that in mine in my story as well. That I am really excited to get to at some point.
Yeah, man. I've been watching your concept work. I've been watching your character develop, and it is really exciting. But the main bad guy, the villain in my story, they were created. They're called the Oniryu. They were created by 3 demon brothers who got booted out of hell. So a millennia ago, there was a great war in hell, and these 3 demon brothers challenged the devil for supremacy, and with the flick of his finger, kicked them out of hell. Like they tried to usurp his power, and they got fucking destroyed. He banished them to wander the cosmos until they die. So essentially, a demon outside of hell, it deteriorates. They lose their power. They need to be in hell in order to maintain their demonic power. So they sought to consume souls out in the cosmos. And at one point, they were destroying civilizations, literally just decimating, absorbing life force to keep themselves in a demonic state. They found a race of draconic people that were extremely powerful. And they said to each other, they said, you know what? We need to merge with them. We need to perpetuate ourselves through them. So they dominated this draconic race, and they took wives and harems and made offspring that are hybrid demon dragons. And so in order for these, now this is many millennia later, these draconic demons have the same thirst for life force. So they traveled the cosmos, consuming souls, and they discovered Lumethians being the perfect energy source because they produce immense amounts of power and energy. So rather than consuming them and destroying them, they capture them and put them into energy pods and just continuously sap their energy, but they keep them alive in perpetual stasis, just taking their energy from them. And they want more and more and more of it. So they're constantly in search for their home world. So anytime a Lumethian is out in space, doing whatever they need to do, any kind of mission or something like that, if they get ambushed, they're fucked. If they survive, if they don't get captured, then they have to fuck off and never go home again. So, yeah. And that's essentially the crux of this story. This guy, he gets ambushed and he has to piece the fuck out and tells his computer on his ship to take him to the closest place he can survive. That's a minimum 3 light years away, and it just so happens there's a planet for him to survive. So his ship escapes, and he crashes on Earth at the base of Mount Fuji in a place in Lake Shoji, which is an actual place. in front of a Japanese fishing village, and some Japanese fishermen fish him out. That's book 2, though. Book 2 is Hiro Hiro, the Lumithian samurai, which is, when we actually meet Hiro. So in this book, Hiro's the narrator, and in the next book, Shama's the narrator.
Oh, nice.
So there's a little role reversal there. But Hiro lives his entire life on Earth and learns the final technique. So in my power structure for these heroes, for these warriors, their light is manifested along the rainbow. So I'm taking the rainbow back, by the way.
Nice.
Their light is manifested through Roy G. Biv: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, indigo, or indigo violet. Shama is a violet level Lumithian warrior. He's at the very top, and there's only a handful of masters on Lumithia that are of that level. So when he gets to Earth, he can't teach anybody anything because nobody's a Lumithian. So he takes a wife, he has some kids, and he basically teaches swordsmanship, how to make swords. He teaches the metallurgy behind creating carbon steel, but none of the humans are able to do the binding ritual to connect their soul to their blade. He just teaches them the spirituality behind it. So turns out another warrior 1,000 years later gets captured, and the Oniryu, they scan the computer on his ship and they find a record of a final transmission of this guy. And the final battle in the first book is brutal and pretty bloody. And the master, or the commander, the Oniryu commander, fucking hates this guy and wants him captured. And it's been 1,000 years, and they live for a long time, right? They're demonic. They live for many, many, many hundreds of thousands of years. So they discover this transmission and coordinates to a planet that's 3 light years from Earth, or from Lumithia. It doesn't have the homeworld coordinates, just where the destination. And so they send a scout, the equivalent of, you've seen Heavy Metal, right?
Yeah, a while ago, a long time ago.
So number 2, though, the one from the 90s.
Ooh. Yeah, that's probably the one. That's the one I've seen.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you remember so Tyler, the main bad guy, he became the leader of these vile scum of Shantar. They're these monitor lizard-like people, and he raised them as an army to go and get to the place to put the crystal in, or the key. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, the minion that they send is like one of those guys, sort of like a monitor lizard that can, like a Komodo dragon that walks on 2 legs, about that size. So not very big. I mean, bigger than a man-sized Komodo dragon, essentially, that walks on 2 legs. That's the size of the minions that they have in their army. So he sends one of those guys to Earth to scout out and see if Shama is, 1, on the planet, or 2, if any of his progeny are still alive, because he's going to take and enslave them all, if there are any left. Well, it just turns out that there's one boy living in America who just turned 18 years old, who happens to be the last descendant, half Lumithian, of Shama. So when Shama died, he learned the final technique. He basically is like Qui-Gon Jinn. He figured out how to become an ethereal being and live outside of time. And he's watched all of his progeny grow up, live and die, pass on, and all of that. And his last remaining male relative is in America, and he's been watching over him. And he senses a threat coming, and he reaches out and discovers that there's a Oniryu coming to Earth. So he has to go and reveal himself to Hiro, not scare the shit out of him too that he's talking to a ghost, and then actually enable his DNA within him, because a male Lumithian who has a human earthling wife, he's able to pass on his DNA so that all the male children can manifest Lumithian power. All of his daughters would not, but they would carry the gene. So the male and female children could all produce Lumithian hybrids, but only the male children. He could only enable the male children if need be. So it turns out Hiro needs to be told, number 1, he's an alien, and number 2, that he has power within him that needs to be enabled, and he needs to teach him. So The Lumethians, they are telepathic. They're not psychic, but they can see a few seconds into the future through perceptive abilities, through the harnessing of their energy and the mastery of their mind. So they can sense when in combat. They're very agile because they have predictive abilities. They can see attacks a moment before they happen. So they're able to hold their own against things that are much more powerful than they are. So he's going to have to teach Hero how to fight, enable his abilities, give him a sword, and essentially Hero's going to get the shit kicked out of him in this next story, in the next book. But the thing is, for the third book, there will now be an active spaceship that he can get on and go back to Lumethia. So there's going to be I'm going to allow my character to get off world and head essentially home. But the thing is,
he's been targeted.
It's going to be well, number one, he's been targeted already. Number two, it's a Oniryu spacecraft, so it's going to fucking freak them out.
Oh yeah.
They're going to lose their shit. So Shama's going to be with him, and he's basically going to tell him how to communicate with them. But there's going to be a fucking code red for a second there on Lumethia whenever he gets into, when they discover he's approaching. So there can be a little bit of drama there. So
that's a dope concept. Legitimately, that's amazing.
Thanks, man.
Well thought out.
Been working on this story for 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
Yeah. Damn. I want to read it already, though. It's one of those things. That's the problem with the indie scene is you gotta wait for people to finish their books.
I mean, if you want a script reading, I'll read it to you and I'll voice act it for you. Not on stream live, but
yeah. No, I will definitely be down for making time for that. This is dope. It's like it's all the stuff I love. It's like what you said earlier. It's like all the stuff I love from my childhood, like MASH.
Yeah,
which is kind of what I try to do too. So that's the kind of shit I love.
Yeah, so we've got like I said, we've got the Smurfs. That's the influence of the bad guys looking for the home world. We've got demons, obviously. We got dragons. We've got samurai. We've got katanas. We've got a little bit of Star Wars in there. Obviously, when the Lumethian ignites their sword, it looks liquid. It's vibrating so fast that it almost looks wet to the touch, almost like light. It's still metal though, so it's not a lightsaber. It's still metallic. And so we've got some of that. We've got a little bit of like Hero's kind of like Lion-O in a way, and Shama's kind of like Jaga. So a little bit of Thundercats influence there. Or Qui-Gon Jinn to, whatever, as a Force ghost. So there's some of that. So there's some Star Wars. So we've got space opera, space fantasy, that kind of thing. There's so much. I try to take all of the things that I love the most from my childhood and dump them into this. And I picked the art style of like classic Robotech and Macross because that's one of my favorite anime styles.
Yeah, it looks good.
So
I've always loved the anime style. It's for whatever reason, it's one of the things I could never nail down when I was trying to learn how to draw back in the day. I was always jealous of people who could draw that way. Whoa.
There's a few key details that make it look accurate, look true to I guess the time period, right? One of it is the hair, because you always had messy bangs and like a couple of strands up in the back, and girls always had kind of poofy hair. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So the girls had the big eyes with a lot of lashes, and the guys always had kind of beady eyes. Some of the guys had kind of half between beady and like big glossy girly eyes, but like there's some very key details that make it look that way. So if you master a few of those elements, you can get the art style down. And plus, with Inkslayer, I'm utilizing the power of Sim to help me with quick layouts. So he's been knocking out just scribble layouts for me, right? So here, I'll give you a sample of that. Check this out. So like,
yes, I love process stuff, dude. This is my jam right here. Like I love process stuff.
So I'm slow as shit. Sim is, when I say he's fast, I've watched him knock out an entire page in like 30 minutes.
Oh,
like,
damn.
And not just bullshit, like a page. You know what I mean? He's fucking fast. So rather than have me suffer through figuring out angles and proportion and all this other stuff, I can do it, but it's going to take me for fucking ever. And I'm an inker by trade. Like, that's where I came up in comics, and I was always a background inker. But he loves my inks on his stuff, and I like inking his stuff. So what we've done is, through Inkslayer, we're leveraging each other's skills. So I'm inking his pages, he's doing my layouts. You know, he did some layouts for InkSpots. InkSpots has done some painting and some colors. So we've got this circular kind of pooling of resources, right? To make things fast. So now if we take a look here at the original pencil layouts. So this is what Sim gave me. So this is kind of what he does. He scrawls out based on my script. I give him very specific what each panel looks like, and he basically just scribbles it in there. So like this right here, that is his kind of quick rendition of Shama. But if we look at what I turned it into, what is he? Panel 1, 2, 3, 4, panel 4. I turned it into that. So I utilized the structure, the backdrop, and just put my art style over top of it. So in this,
Oh man,
I wanted a couple profile shots of Okuri, his daughter, running, and so I utilized just kind of like the proportion and put my style over top of it. And then down here, so this dude, he's kind of meditating. She walks in from outside, and so I utilized essentially her body. I moved it forward a little bit, moved him down a little bit, and changed the perspective and made it, you know what I mean? Added some more background elements, changed it from like a little tiny dresser or like shelf unit. I made a bigger thing and put one on either side of the entryway, and then added stairs because I wanted him to come down out of the rain, and like, you know, because up here she's running in the rain. I loved the legs here. I thought that was really told a really good story, but I didn't want the Warrior Academy being a straight on shot. I didn't give him direction there. He just kind of, I said it's a pyramid essentially. So he put a pyramid there and put some elements on it and stuff. So I rotated it, and because I'm painting all the backgrounds. So with Photoshop, I basically put a layout grid. So these guides here, I just put 2 stars of guides, and just with the lasso just started filling in shapes and paint bucketing shapes, and then painting over it with grays and shit. So, you know, someone accused me of using a 3D program. I'm like, nah, dog. This is all lassos, Photoshop.
That's a good compliment, though. You know, like that's like when you kill people in Call of Duty, like so bad that they're like, "You're a fucking hacker, bro." It's like, yeah, no, but thanks for the compliment.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for telling me how awesome I am at perspective.
Yep.
To where you got fooled thinking it was a 3D program.
It looks fucking good, yeah.
But then we're leveraging a little bit of painting skills here, so a little bit of light brushing, brushwork, and this and that, kind of make these look like, you know, the sun is essentially rising off this way to the, I guess that would be the east. So if we look at page 2 here, this is where she's approaching. Thanks, Tommy. I didn't mean to make this all about me. I'm sorry.
You're good, man. This is dope. I'm liking this right now.
So this is the capital city on Lumethia. I basically took again, do I have a Sims original here? I don't know if I have the original on this one. I might have ditched it already.
Later, Tommy.
Night, bud. Take it easy. Let me open up the original page 2. Okay, so this is what Sim gave me for this. So he just scribbled out basic buildings. And I was like, okay, so I got some planes here. I got this here, that there. All right, no problem. We can work with that. So I took that and let's see. That basic layout and put a grid over it.
Oh, nice.
And started blocking out, like, kind of, I want light over here, sun's going to be rising there, so I have essentially it's a 3-point perspective. Just literally just lassoed out shapes based on, the planes that he laid out in the layout. And then kind of figured out down here, like, okay, sun's going to be rising behind them. All right, so we'll do that. And so I took, there's a guy here. I wanted this guy's all in shadow, so I left him in shadow, just made him blurry. Okuri's running in the background here. There's a little kid with his mom. I said, okay, I kind of get this. This guy's in the extreme foreground. So that's what I turned it into. So I took the background here, lassoed in some shapes, did some blurs behind the building, put the mountains and stuff back there, and then progressively blurred it a little bit less and less and less as it got to the foreground. And then, put some Robotech-y style faces on the people.
I love that dude's face right there. The one that you showed her. That dude's face is amazing.
This guy?
But yeah, the one on the other side. I mean, they all look good, but I like this guy's face because he always reminds me of like the random guy in the anime who you see who looks kind of funky, but yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah, totally, dude. That's exactly when he's a reference from a random dude in a crowd. Is exactly. Yep. I'm looking. I'm like, kind of like that dude's face. I'm gonna make. All right. So I referenced his face and I changed his facial hair a little bit, made him a little bit, a little fatter or whatever, because I wanted him kind of oafy looking guy. So that's essentially the process there. And then so we get this page here where it's establishing shot up top, of the city, and then street level. You get one of the main characters here splatting away down the road. She's running to the Warrior Academy because this is the morning where she's going to be inducted into the Order of Lumethian Warriors. She's going to get her sword. There's going to be a promotion ceremony, and her father, who's the master, is going to perform a ritual where he's going to essentially supercharge their DNA. So a Lumethian warrior has to go through many, many hours and hours of practice and meditation in order to begin to manifest their powers. Unless they have a master who's a violet level who knows this specific technique where he can actually tinker with their DNA and turn on their power. So he can make them skip a bunch of work. But all it does is it doesn't teach them any combat. It doesn't teach them any mastery. All it does is it gives them the ability to bind their soul to a blade, which takes a long time to learn how to do. So they have the benefit of having a master who knows that. Then I got some manga here, sound effects. It's basically like a pitter patter sound of rain. That's the sound. That's, yeah, pa, 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 like rain falling from the sky. So
nice, man.
So yeah, we're putting in some work here. It's gonna be rough though. Painted backgrounds is not easy. I don't know how Vinny fucking does it, man. An entire book of not just the backgrounds, but the whole thing painted. Fucking hell, dude. Like I look at that and I'm like, you are a nutball. But shit looks badass at the end.
Yeah. So when I'm looking at art, I remember like not necessarily like comic art or anything, but like that painterly style that's like really rough. I love the way that style looks, and watching people sort of fill it in all super fast. On like Photoshop and stuff like that. I love watching those videos. It's like satisfying for me.
It really is. It really is. I mean, I went a little painterly in here earlier when I was doing some rim lighting. I just was painting on some yellow lines over top of the lines just to kind of signify this overspill of hot yellow light from behind them just to kind of trace their silhouettes a little bit. So yeah, no, I really love that style as well. And it's not easy to pull off. It really isn't.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to try, but really hard to perfect. What the fuck was I doing? I think I was doing this. I think we had that color there. So now we are adding shape. That's what we're doing right now.
Yes.
Adding shape to this booty. So first,
Most important shape.
that's right. We got a soft round brush, and we're going to go about 40%. And we are going to, oh, I don't have a blend mode on. We're going to multiply so we can add some shape here. A little bit of roundness, a little bit of ambient occlusion, like that. We're going to do the same thing on this side of the ball over here. There's a little bit of shape right there. A little shape right there. Now see, I personally, I love hard edges. I love cuts. Oh my God. Whenever I just see a pure airbrush, I'm just like, oh. And honestly, you know, I measure the skill of a colorist by their ability to harness hard edges and make them work. Because so many people, when they color, they're afraid of hard edges, that they just airbrush everything. And it's just like, you gotta have some hard edges in there, because life isn't like that. I mean, obviously nothing's cut that hard, but life is not hard edges. It's not all, they're not all gradients. There are some short terminating lines and some really sharp drop-offs and some, you know, some really steep shadow shapes that go really soft and really hard at the end. You know what I mean? So you got to be able to work that kind of stuff in there. And we're going to have to, speaking of which, we're going to have to round this boob out. Because, you know, it needs to be round.
Yeah, no one likes flat chests.
Oh, nobody likes that. I mean, maybe somebody does. I don't know. It ain't me, though. It ain't me.
I actually don't mind it. I'm an ass man myself, personally.
I mean, I like... Well, I think I just like females, dude.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter. I always say I'm this or that, but when it comes down to it, I'm not picky.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that works.
Nice.
So how's work gone? I saw
Great,
you
man.
you had a post the other day where you just looked fucking spent.
Oh, bro, yeah, it's been crazy. Like working in the kitchen, just a lot of hours sometimes, and it's been like, you know, spring training out here, and we always get a lot of like the sports crowd. We even get a lot of teams who come in and order like giant caterings and shit.
Oh, okay.
Like San Francisco Giants came in a while ago and ordered $2,700 worth of lunch, and when we showed up with the catering order, they were just finishing breakfast. They were like still technically eating it. They started on the lunch that we gave them, and then like not even an hour later, I think it wasn't even a full hour, they called and ordered like 4 or 5 more panini platters, I think. So yeah, just down in food, man. But yeah, and that's on top of, you know, 6 days a week, anywhere from 10 to 12 hours in that window a day. Some days I get lucky and get off early, but yeah, it's been rough, but it's also been worth it, a hella worth it. And get more commissions done.
Right? So we're working in the hard edges with the soft edges. Get that expressive detail. So Dan has indicated a light source here by having ambient occlusion here in the hair, and this light spot on these sides right here. The rendering tells me light is coming from the front. Let's turn the lighting on and see what we got. So we're gonna go back to the native lighting. Let's see here. Let's carve that out. Did you do your mailing list already? Did I see that go out? Or...
So my mailing list I ended up doing through MailChimp because like way back in the day when the CG thing first kicked off, I released a Indiegogo mailing list, but this is before we knew that they shut down after 6 months.
Oh.
And so like I was collecting emails through that, and then I just opened up a MailChimp a while ago and have been sharing that through Twitter. I've got almost 300 signups for it now, actually. So it's
God, that's rad.
Going pretty well. Pretty happy. I did not expect any of this, man. So
well, make sure you give me that so I can put it in the description.
Oh yeah.
With this video
right now.
It accompanies it, and when I do my wrap up tweet, I can put it in that as well. So I want to make sure that this yields something for you. You know what I mean? Like the whole goal is to raise awareness and get people excited and build that buzz.
Did you see that I've been releasing like an original soundtrack to the comic? Yeah, there's two tracks on my YouTube right now, and then I think every Tuesday I'm going to release another one. And I've got some that are in the works, so when I run out of what I have made, they'll just start dropping whenever I get them coming in. But so far there's two of them up: Bloodlust and Neon and Dust. It's like a hip hop, like a hard hip hop boom bap beat, and then a sort of like a old Japanese like traditional music instruments at least meet
like the shamisen.
Yeah, I think he used. I don't think he used shamisen. I think he used flute. It's flute, a couple flutes, and drums, and something else he played. I can't remember what the instrument was called, but I have the stems for it. I can go in there at some point when I remember where I put them and look for them. Because he gave me like the individual stems for each instrument, and I gave those to some other people on Fiverr who are making stuff, and I have like a rap beat that reincorporated his instruments because he actually played them. He didn't just use like software. He has the instruments and played them. He's from Dublin, I think, somewhere in Ireland. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Rad. That's so rad.
I'm using this comic book to just as an excuse to get involved in all kinds of shit that I've always wanted to do.
We'll do a little music production, a little bit of voice acting, maybe some video, some animation. Who knows? Like, whatever.
Oh, I've talked to Pedro.
We had Pedro on the other day on Doodle and Chill.
Hell yeah. Good dude.
Yeah, really good dude. Knows a lot. I can sense that dude knows some shit.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to get a little ambient occlusion underneath there. We're going to do a little tiny bit like this. A little cast shadow like that. We're going to cut this a little tighter there. I'm going to cut underneath here. Do a little rim light like that. Do that. We're going to grow the selection a little bit. Make this a little more shallow there, and a little more shallow there. I'll curve it down like this. Marry that with that. Now we're gonna make this, we're just gonna touch a little bit like that.
Hey.
And now, because, what's up?
It's just crazy how much that like makes a difference. Just like 4 clicks or whatever, however many you did there.
Well, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add underneath the nose here. The nose is blocking the light coming from the top left over here. So we're going to lasso the underside of the barrel of the nose like this, the nostril. We're gonna cut back like that. See, maybe I'll change that shape just a little bit. Let's round out the front of the nose just a little bit more. And a little bit more there. going to do here is make that front edge a little darker than there, like that. Now we're going to do the underside of the chin here, like that. And we're going to go here and we're going to just do a little tiny bit above the lip, even though this is lined out and already toned with red. We're gonna add a little rim to the lip there. We're gonna do this. Like that. And now we're gonna select the whole thing. Now that we got our cuts in there, now we're gonna add shape to it. Like that. We're doing all of our shadow shapes first, and now I think we kind of got all the shapes detailed the way we want them here. I think it's time for highlights. So now what we're going to do is we're going to eyedropper select the native color. We're going to go to screen, and we're going to select a big shape like this. Make a big brush. Set it to about 30% and swipe across. We're going to make a smaller selection here. Smaller selection. And then on here.
Dang. It's so subtle, but like makes the biggest difference.
Them highlights though.
Yeah, and it's soft, but yeah, that's so good.
So now we need to do the same to the barrel of the nose. We're gonna favor the left side a little bit. We're gonna get a little tighter there. We're gonna get a little smaller here. And we need to do the same here for this nostril. I'm gonna favor the left side. We're gonna do that. And now we're gonna need to do the upper lip here. That's a shape that looks like that. Do the same thing on this side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go inside here just a little tiny bit. Put a little highlight there. And then
Dang. It's funny, this actually reminded me. So I've been having people at like that I know, like who know I do this now, come up to me and be like, "Oh man, I had this idea for a story, blah blah blah," and they're just like trying to get me to do their stories for them now and stuff. And,
yeah.
I'm just like, do you like torturing yourself? And they're like, no, why would I like doing that? I'm like, I don't think writing's for you. I'm just I've been like really fucking with people. But it's funny, there's one person there that's like pretty serious about it. I think he wants to or he really do it, so it's kind of cool to be like, yeah dude, just just keep going with it. Keep telling me your ideas and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to watch him get excited about it. So it'll be interesting to see if he does anything. Cool.
Yeah, you know, some people say they want to, but they don't want to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
But the people who say, well, tell me what I need to do, and then you see them start putting into action, you know, your recommendations, those are the people that you need to watch.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So now we're giving just a tiny bit of blur. We're just wiggling. We're just smoothing out some of our cuts, just a tiny touch. Now we need to highlight that booty. I'm gonna make a big cut like this. And we're gonna favor the top edge here. And then we're gonna just wiggle those cuts around just a little tiny bit. Now we need a similar highlight. Kind of like bean shaped. Booyah! I think we need a little tiny rim light right here. I think I want to add a tiny little pin light right here on the lat. Hey. All right, now we need a little blur. There, what do you think?
Nice. Fucking amazing. It's fucking so good, man. I can't believe this shit, dude. It's so good. Do you ever see pictures like this and then just start going off on the story stuff too? Like I know I went off on when you were doing this. I went off on like the mutant guy, like and like what his whole like story was or whatever, how he ended up here. Like even like this photo with this chick, I made like a club. Like there's a club in one of my stories or whatever that I had, and now it's like it's gonna be that club. Like that's now a part of it and shit. And it made me think of a name. Like well, one of the names I'm working with, it's a joke that me and my friend have. It's like a joke name. It's called the Magenta Starfish.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. There's a couple other ones I'm working with, but that's like my favorite just because of how fucking funny it is.
The Magenta Starfish. That's great.
It's in the color of the girl. It's on brand, you know. So
Yeah, man. So now we need to do her little skimpy suit here. I think we just gonna. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do like the rim here. We're gonna sample that color, multiply.
What made you want to put the blue lights on the gun? I'm kind of curious about that.
This right here?
Yeah, yeah.
I just remember your original concept art that you did. You put blue lights on the gun.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. I saw that and I was like, oh my god, yes.
Well, I mean, I kind of put that all the way through on the last one as well because, you know, I remembered like your Uzi had glowing parts, glowing bluish parts, and I'm like, it must be operative to the story somehow. And since it's like, you know, futuristic cyberpunky thing, it makes sense that it would be illuminated somewhere.
Yeah,
So
it's like a mix of old tech and new, because that's kind of like one of the themes of my world is like old meshed with new, sort of like run down. Because that's one of the things I loved about Star Wars is the world felt like lived in and used and kind of run down.
yeah,
So he uses a gun that shoots like shell. A lot of the people, they have guns that use shells, but it's like railgun, like propelled, like extras for extra oomph. So like there's lights and everything on everyone's guns. And some people have old guns as their you know, traditionalists. And they like the smell of gunpowder.
yeah.
Whoa. You still got your laser guns and all that good stuff too. Just the whole plethora of technology.
And that's one of the things. Like I took a gamble with the with this guy's sword here. Like I lit it up. I wasn't sure. You know, I thought like, maybe somebody has like the ability to like, I don't know, light up a piece of metal or something. If the sword or if the gun can glow, maybe the sword can too.
Oh yeah, that fits right in. When I saw it, I got excited. I was like, yes.
Yeah, that was my thinking behind that. Okay, so now let's merge this in here. Hit a save. And I guess we should do some metal here.
And so it begins.
Yeah. Trying to decide where to start. Like if I should do her helm and you know, sleeve, or should I go right for his arms? Interesting. What do you think? I'll let you decide.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. I want to decide it in a classic fashion with me. I want to roll a dice real quick.
Rolling the dice.
Yep. D20, low. So low and under, we'll go hand. We'll go like the picture. And we'll start on her if it's high. Ooh. Of course it's a 10 even. I'm going to re-roll that. 7 low. So we'll start with the hand and Takuro's hand down there.
Down here?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so let's get this separated out to its own layer.
It's crazy how much like the design changes from the first original seed to when it like by the time it's actually being done and produced. There's so many differences. Like his arms right here being the Colossus kind of style arms. Originally he had these big clunky sort of kind of like Iron Man, but more clunky, and kind of the perspective was a little elongated and stuff. And I had kind of like a weird description with them, and they were covered in like graffiti and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, imagine drawing that.
I noticed you had his fingertips still like natural.
Okay, so this is a funny story.
So it goes back and forth. Like some of them I've seen it's all metal, and some I've seen it's like this. So I did it like that because I thought that was, you know, the way it should be. So
yeah, that's the way I like it personally. But it comes from like a sort of like an accident, and almost one of those happy accidents for me personally, because I don't know. I just like it being a little different than all chrome. Just, you know, slight little thing. But Rob Willis drew fingernails on the metal hands at one point. So the original colorist I had thought he had like his original fingertips. So he just colored them in red. And then I saw that and I was like, oh, I actually really like the two-tone fingers. But like, do you think that they're real fingers? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, they're not real fingers. So like, don't have to color in fingernails or anything. But if we could do like red chrome, he's like, okay, cool. And then I just liked the way it looked so much that it stuck. And then, but it started to think some people think he has real fingers or synthetic fingers, or maybe they're just chrome. But like, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of them being shiny chrome, but I also kind of like the idea of them being synthetic. So I just kind of like the artists, the colors do what they want. It's not.
I like the synthetic fingers as well. I
Yeah,
think
because
it's kinda
the
cool.
feeling, like touching and using stuff, it's kind of a cool idea. So
Yeah. All right. So let's see. So first off, we will start with this finger here. Anti-alias. We're gonna just select this. All right. I need to get this gray. Natural gray.
oh whoa. Oh, I'm gonna mute my house because it's about to get loud. My homie's getting home.
All good. See, we want a blue tone here for this. We'll go 60%. And let's see, do we want to be on top of the line or below the line? Okay, we're going to be on the side of the line. Yeah. So we need to curve this. It's too hot. Now back to linear dodge. Now we need red for this one. Smooth the sample, hit this red. See if that. I think that's a. I think that line actually is wrong. I think that line shouldn't be there. That's the knuckle for that. Twisted fingers and oh, okay, maybe, okay. So we'll make this part of this selection here. Back to multiply. I'm just going to do all the multiplies real quick. The right gray. Huh. I was wondering why that gray was. I wonder why that gray was weird. too dark.
Oh yeah.
We getting it now.
I'm trying to watch like what your technique is with the brushes and stuff. I see you're like, you're getting thinner and thinner with the gray there, and then you have the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks fucking really good. Every time I see you do metal, it looks like metal. Not everyone can nail that.
The trick is this: you start off with a dark base color. So like you notice I filled his arms with this. This is about a 70% gray, 60 to 70% gray. So it starts off dark. Then you decide what your lighting is, and on either side of the terminating line, wherever the light sources meet, right, the light and shadow where they meet, that's what color you're going to use to linear dodge into the gray. So first, I'm adding in a reflection. So that's what this dark line is along the curve of the form, right? So I'm starting off with a soft, and then I'm making the brush a little smaller and putting in a harder edge in the middle of it in the peak, where whatever object is in front of the chrome is actually reflecting into it, right? So like if we look at here, so we've got this kind of long, this is part of his hand and his thumb. So this is actually going to curve. So we're gonna respect this length here, and then we're gonna make the brush smaller. We're gonna put that. And so what that does is it makes a reflection terminating line, right? So there's highlight here and highlight there. And so we're going to use the ambient color on the left and the right side of that object to dictate what the reflection is going to look like. So here, I'm going to subtract from this shape because I don't want to bleed into it. Right where this gradient is where I'm going to start this other one. So that way it continues on. But I'm respecting the form. I'm going to make a brush much smaller. Keep lifting it up here. There we go. And now let's smooth out this gradient just a little bit. Oops. So now we've got some light. We've got a reflection, we've got a highlight on both sides, and now we can go in and put the reflected light in. So this side over here is that red light. So I'm going to switch this to linear dodge. I'm going to dodge in that tone at a relatively low opacity. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, bud? Welcome, welcome. Shiny Chrome
Hey,
Witness. That's right. So now we're reflecting that red light into it. And since this shape is kind of facing away, we're only going to do a touch here. And then I want to separate this out actually, so I don't bleed into that other part of the arm that I haven't touched yet. So I'm going to separate this. And then we're going to add a little bit of red down below because that's the other side coming over the top of the thumb here. A little bit of red light's getting in there. So we're going to add a little bit of red there. And now we're going to go down here to this. We're going to only do one side. I'm going to switch colors. Let me make a palette real quick. So that's that color. Oh, it's just him. I'm using his color. And then that, and then I need to select a bluish tone for the cool highlight. Okay, so those are our, so base color, reflected red light, reflected blue light. So let's get our red light back. And we're going to, ooh, hello, wrong layer, son. I'm gonna swoop in that red tone. We need a little bit more red like that. Now we're gonna get our blue tone. Like that. And work this blue tone in like this. Perfect. Now we need to go about 90% opacity, get our original gray back, and we're going to cut in the platings, the plating highlights right here. Like that. Boom.
Heck yeah. Damn, and that was quick too.
It does what it do.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna do the same thing here for the arm. These arms are gonna look fucking nutty when I'm done. All right, so we go back to multiply. And our edge here is gonna be a blue highlight, so we're gonna stay right in the middle. That's way too hot. Okay, so we got that. Let's go ahead and I think we can probably do this whole forearm shape here on one go. Are there multiple planes? Actually, there are. So you've got the left side of the forearm here. Kind of hides away like that, though. That's okay. So we're going to add a tiny bit of shade here. Like that. Trying to look at the musculature that he's got built into the chrome here. Trying real hard to keep true to it. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Nope. Nope. There. Yes. Perfect. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Okay. All right, we're going to raise this up separate here. So we're going to do that. That. What's up?
I was gonna say, one of the things I like the most about these designs of the metal arms is like how they have the muscle detail in them and stuff like that. It's like,
yeah,
logically it makes sense that they would move the same as arms that have the same sort of muscle structure so they can move the same, but also you really necessarily wouldn't need it to look ripped like that, but why not? It's fucking awesome.
Right. Completely agree. Okay. So now we need the other part of the forearm muscle here. And this is going to get a gradient right there. And then one here. Like that. Okay.
Oh dang. Huh. I can already kind of see what it's gonna look like in my head.
Because you just need to have the color, the reflected light put in.
Yep.
I'm gonna add this entire tricep all in one go here. I think we can do that. Yeah, because we're gonna have
Arnold arm.
Right. And see, it's already taken on the blue light from the key light that's over there.
So is have you not changed the color? Or is it just sort of pulling from the key colors you selected when they're what's closest to it, sort of thing, or?
Yeah. So right here, this blue key light.
Oh,
so it's projecting over here. All of my stuff is literally separated out into bits and layers, right? So all the lighting is here, right? These are all the extra lights, right? All the lanterns are here. Well, plus I got some lighting on here and here because I wanted the same lantern colors in the sword and in her goggles. So those are on top of the ink, way at the top. So they're literally affecting everything else below them.
Dang, that's so intricate. At least for me, like what I'm used to doing. I color like a 6th grader, but
I color in a really weird way too. Like other colorists have looked at my files and they're like, "What?" Yeah.
But that seems so smart because you can just kind of like keep going and then it'll just pull from what you already set up when you did your base lighting stuff. So it seems like it saves you time overall in the way with the process that you use. So.
Plus, I work completely non-destructible. Completely non-destructible. Like, I save the original line art at the very, very bottom. So I have a reference point to always go back. If something gets fucked up, I can go and select the lines and copy them and bring them up if I need to. So the inks that's where I add all my holds. I add them right to the line art. Any overlays, like the swoosh and that kind of stuff, I literally cut the lines and put them in their own color hold, and then the underlay is a vector layer that I can move and reshape if I wanted to. So I work as non-destructible as possible to allow myself the freedom to go back and forward and change things, and edit literally as needed at will.
Watching this, and I'm the type of person that like I'll have my layers set up and then I'll start doing something else in the wrong layer for like 30 minutes and realize I'm like, shit. Copy that into the next layer real quick. Hopefully I can get it out.
Yeah, no, that's definitely been there. Every colorist goes through that.
Yeah, and you can't. It sucks when you can't fix it. That's the worst. You're like, fuck, it's a waste of time. I was just. Ooh. Hey, dude, thanks for sending me the link. I'm actually gonna pop off so me and my homie can get to killing Radon in Elden Ring.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. We gotta set up some time, and I'll we'll shoot the shit, dude.
For sure.
Read you my script and get you acquainted with my world.
Oh yes, I am 100% down with that. I've been compiling a list of people for like when I hear like the descriptions of their world, I've been like just putting a list of like crossover ideas for far future reference. Ooh. So I'm just like putting little story ideas in a thing. So
we could have some shit, dude.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh my god! An actual demon teaming up with my characters to fight other demons. Fuck.
Yeah.
My mind just got blown. I didn't even think of that. Holy shit. Okay, I'm super excited. All right.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to shoot the shit here soon. But yeah, seriously, thanks for letting me hop on, man. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Thanks for keeping me company, man.
Yeah, have a good one, guys. Later.
Good luck killing your boss.
Thank you.
I mean, not your boss, but you know what I'm saying. The creature you're gonna fight. There goes Woody. Super cool guy. Creator of this this character in this property, Okuri Inu. Gonna be a comic going live on Indiegogo hopefully soon. Y'all can check it out. Okay. Let's get this going. Get the bicep here. This one's going to be interesting because we're gonna add an ambient occlusion here right along this edge here. Right on, brother. Oh, cool. Yeah. I think I seen I got a Twitter DM pop up. Perfect. All right, so we add that like that. We're gonna add one we're gonna curve it more. Yes. Like that. We're gonna add another one here. Perfect. Can we see the chrome starting to form? I can see it. I can seize it. All right. We're gonna respect the line work here. He's got a shadow shape indicated right there. And then we're going to put one reflection right through the middle of that form. Like that. Okay. I'm going to take this piece here, the deltoid. All right, we got that now. Oops. We're gonna add this shadow here. We're gonna add one gradient like that. Because he's got broken lines here, that indicates a highlight. And then we're gonna add this. Oops. Perfect. I think we need a little bit of shape and tone right here on the crack. Got a lot of striations built into this deltoid here. I'm like, oh, I'll just deselect, and I gotta reselect it all again. No. All right, where do we want this reflection to be? Yeah, let's go 30%. Too small. There we go. Okay. It's so funny, like, this is literally metal, but I'm treating it like muscle. All of its curves and stuff. Okay. Where did I just do it there? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Going crazy there for a second. Like, where did I cut that off at? A little ambient occlusion right there. Some right there at the top. And now okay, this is all in shadow, kind of, because that's what that rendering indicates. I'll do that. Okay. Now it's time to start brushing in highlights. Where the fuck did I put the palette at? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Okay, so we'll start with the blue. Linear dodge. Okay. Let's do some lassoing. I don't want any spillage. We're going to add this all together. One big swoop here. Put 20%. Okay. Now we're going to grab this next segment. Okay. Now we need this bit here. I need a little bit of tone put back in right here. Yeah. Okay. Near dodge. Or the right tool selected. Okay, let's do our plating cuts real quick before I forget. 80%. Go on top. Crossing over a delicate point here. But if I didn't nail that transition just right, it'll look weird. Just playing around with a little shine. Okay. Let's get this part here. Okay, so we need linear dodge. Won't be any red over there. It's on the back side of the arm. You go 30%. We're almost done with this arm. We don't want to go up there too high. Chrome reflecting on some other chrome. I'll leave those rims off for now. Okay, time to cut our plates. Let's go about 80%. We're right below. So 2 o'clock, 2 in the a.m. Okay. Bet your ass I'm gonna go into that shadow. It's a cool effect that happens when you go into the shadow like that. Und that is how you do Chrome. Okay, let's do the other arm here. Let's see, there's going to be much less red. So we're going to go, as far as our palette is concerned, instead of red on this side of the terminating line, we're going to do yellow. I think we'll keep the same blue though, because we're going to get some reflection from the windows behind here. So first off, we'll do the deltoid first. So we're just going to get in one go here. All right, he's indicated a little bit of a reflection there, so we'll respect that. Let's get this gray. We're going to go to multiply, and we're going to come over the top of this. So we're at 80%, let's go down to about 30. Cool. Separate that on its own layer. And then we're going to take half. We're going to do the hand separate. So we're going to take half of the forearm, this bottom half. I'm going to cut it right here, the muscle split. Kind of a recess there. Almost want to do that by itself. Those little shapes there. And I'll do one side on one and one on the other. Okay. There we go. And go 60%. And 60 is too hot. We'll go 40. Yeah, that's better. Select inverse on that. Subtract the hand out. Since it's such a wonky selection, I'm just going to do the highlights now. So we're going to do linear dodge, touch of yellow, it's a little too much. Grab our blue color. Okay, select inverse. Subtract the hand out of there. Yep. All right, we'll go to 80%. Do our plating. Okay, so we're here. Let's merge these back together. We're going to stop right there. And we're going to get this. Boom. I like it. It does what it do, baby. All right, let's Excuse me. Sorry, chat. I'm gonna bump a microphone. Microphone check 1 2. What is this? All right, you go to multiply again. Time is it? 216. Making good time. Oh, fucking hell. Transparency lock. 80%. Too hot. Oh, 40. We'll put like a dark shade. Okay. Just a little bit here. Just gonna do that. I'll do this. I'll marry up with that. I'm going to do a little shadow shape like that. Once we got it selected, we're going to go ahead and linear dodge. 40? Let's go 30. Okay. Man, my selecting must be getting tired. Okay. So what we're going to do here, go back to multiply. Switch back to linear dodge. Okay, back to multiply. All right, 30%, go 40. Linear dodge. Okay. That does the chrome on Takeru. Takeru, I think his name is Takeru. Okay, I think we're gonna end it here. We'll pick this up. And I'll work on it tomorrow. So yeah. Very good night. Let's see where we started off here. And up there. Where's that palette at? Let's turn that off. There we go. Okay. So here and there. Not bad. Not a bad night. Okay, we're gonna end it there. I appreciate you hanging out. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Look out for this piece on Twitter. I'm gonna be putting a JPEG of it, the status, in a little while. Yeah, look out for the mailing list as well. I'm gonna put that in the description here in a minute, and I'll also put it in the email so you can sign up for this book whenever it's ready to come out. Woody's a great dude, and you should support him. All right. With that, I'm gonna get out of here. So thanks for hanging out, and see you later.